Thank you for waking up so early. Okay, my name is Princeton Chisenga. I'm a medical doctor by profession, and I've been a forever business owner for at least more than 1 year now. Okay, so today I just want to share with you, uh, just a little bit information. Um, some people say you can't be, if you want to fight, you need to fight. You need to know your enemies if you want to win. So I just thought of sharing the three main reasons why most people fail in network marketing. I know maybe you might be thinking, no, I mean, people usually say when you, as long as you just stay in the business, you don't quit, you won't fail. You won't fail. You only fail if you don't quit. Well, that statement feels so comforting, but I think it's not truly realistic. Yeah, if I'm very audible, you can just comment one. And if you're able to see my screen, also you comment uh, two, so that I know that you are able to see and you're all right. Wow, um, that's amazing. Uh, Amazing. Okay, so later you help me control the slides and we can continue. Yeah. So the first thing that makes usually people fail. Before I even talk about that, let me make something more understandable in this way. If let's say some people in the business, they just come within, let me say 4 months or few months and they level up and I would say the business is more like working. But there are others that stay in the business, or some would say some of us who stay in the business like for more than a year, and maybe we are still an assistant supervisor or at supervisor level. Yeah, so most of the thing is the speed at which every person is doing the business. Yeah, and the consistency and the effort that are being put in the business is different. Yeah, but also the skills is different. There's if two people are doing the same thing and the other one is moving well and the other one is not, it means the other person is doing something which is not so right, or not done right. That's just the reality. Otherwise, um, I haven't been a big fan of believing in luck. So that's the thing. So the one thing that usually makes the business to fail, or I would say one of them, is lack of consistency and patience. You know, when you start the business, you have that energy. You are so excited. You know, you start with, let's say, with that energy. You start strong, but then just after some time, that energy is like it disappears after some in a very short period of time, and you quit early. And one of the things that usually makes people to lack consistency is expectation. Um, like we expect fast money, or maybe when you're starting the business, you were pushed to start and you are not told the realistic of the business. So like you expect fast money instead of just like a long-term growth. You just want everything to be happening instantly. But now in network marketing, the business is more like farming. You don't just plant a seed and expect it to grow and have fruits tomorrow. That's not how it happens in network marketing. Not even just in network marketing, even in just many industries, you don't expect fast money. But when people come in network marketing, they expect it to be like a magic, which doesn't happen that way. Success requires a daily and a disciplined action. You need to do it every day and you need to be patient. That is the main foundation of in any kind of business. Yeah, you need to plant a seed, water it. If possible, you even remove some weed in order to make sure that your plant is growing effectively without distractions. And that means you need to follow all the steps that is necessary for for the plant to grow. So if you want to recruit someone, if you want to sell a product, you need to follow the same steps. Okay. You need to plant it, which means you prospect, you find the prospect, and then you need to introduce them to the business. Then introducing them to the business, you need to just remember that what the goal isn't really to sign up someone, but to uh, help them, to educate them and understand. Yeah, so you prospect them, you share the opportunity with them. Maybe at that time they will not join right there and then because they are not well educated about the opportunity. Then you follow up. If possible, you make three-way calls. Maybe they are not so educated again. You have another meeting, you invite them. Yeah. And also then giving them necessary tools or information that will make them educated and understand your what you are offering. Yeah. And also you need to find their problem, like why they are not making a decision, or maybe we'll find out their problem in order for you to provide a solution. That's the only way someone will definitely going to trust you and join your business. Yeah. So that's the one thing that you usually makes people feel they lack consistency and patience. Yeah. People usually succeed in the network marketing. What the only difference is they are so consistent and they have patience enough to wait for the results. But here is the one key factor. They they are so consistent on their activities and they have the patience to wait for the results, but they do not have the patience on the activities. What that actually means is just they focus so much on doing the activities and they don't pay much attention to the results. Yeah, because it's the activities that usually brings the results and the yeah. So that's the thing that you need to understand. Once you just understand that there is lack of consistency and the lack of patience will destroy the business, then you're going to act different and you're going to show up differently. Yeah, you won't feel out of energy every day saying, my business is not working. Yeah. Then the second thing is having no skill. You have a poor skill development. You know, some people you don't really, let's say you're not treating the business the right way. Let me think of this. If you're learning any other business like not a network marketing business, you will need to train your team. You need to train all your staff to know that they have the skill that is necessary for them to learn the business. Yeah, but then people don't expect the same thing in network marketing. Network marketing is a business that involves communication. Um, Also, when you come in the business, some of us we've been like introverts to an extent that we can't even greet people that we meet in the street. But that says you need to develop this communication skills, follow-up skills, and leadership. And this is not something that we've been learning before starting the business. It's something that we just found as being part of the business. Yeah. People usually succeed in the business. They are good at this. They're good at communicating. They're good at follow-up, and they're good at leading others. Yeah. And so you need to learn and invest in learning key skills. You need to read books. You need to listen some if it's podcasts, some YouTube. Information this time is everywhere. YouTube, it's like a whole university, and you need to be constantly learning. Yeah. So even just the way you talk to the people, how you follow up, and the way you show the leadership to your team will also determine on how fast your business is going to grow. You need to read the people, yeah, that you are with. Yeah. And that all those, like the whole leadership, you would say it also requires a proper communication and also proper follow up. Yeah. If you don't have these skills, the business will not grow. Mm. And also, they rely on that passion without energy. Without strategy. You can be passionate about doing something, but if you don't have the right strategy, then it will not be effective. It will not it will not work. Yeah. And another thing on the skill is, people just focus so much on doing the activities and they are not developing the skills, which is not good, because you will feel like you are pushing these people or prospects or customers into joining the business or using the product if you don't communicate with them effectively. Yeah. And communication, I can also refer to products. How you show products to customers, the way you show them and the way you educate them is also going to determine, because they will feel like you are pushing them uh, without having a strategy, and also um, through education on what you're offering. Because the key is, what we are doing is um, presenting a solution to them. And how you do that is through these two many things: communication and following up. So how you present your product, and how you present yourself as a person selling the product also depends on the skills. I can tell you this. Yes, we have weight management program, we have nutritional products, but even other companies apart from Forever also has the same products claiming to do the same thing. So the only difference between that is going to make these people to join you or buy the product, it's you. You're the only person who is different. So if you show up differently, if you have the skill, then you are going to do it better than any other person, and they are going to join you and they are going to buy products from you. That's the thing. And when it comes to developing the skills, we have all the trainings. We've had trainings. We've had health talks. You can go on YouTube. Let's say on Leader Veronica's channel. There are a lot of strategies on how to sell C9, how to do follow up, how to build a business like a pro, how to prospect offline, like in person, you know, scripts, a lot, how to send messages. We can use all those tools. We can go back and go through and develop the skill. And the one thing that you need to understand again is this won't happen overnight. It won't happen overnight where you say, you know what, okay, I'm going to watch it once and that's it. Imagine, let me refer to the only thing that I know for sure. Imagine if you are training a medical student to become a doctor, right? If you just say, okay, this person is just going to read 1 year and that's it, and yeah, the other year is going to be a doctor, then it's not going to work because you need to have a skill, and that's why it's been put in all those years. You can't just get a degree in 3 years. They've put it maybe 3 years, 4 years, because you need some time to develop a skill in order for you to qualify. But in most people in network marketing, they want everything to be happening instantly. Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, they lack patience and they lack the skills. And yeah, those are the two major things that usually make us not to be successful in the network marketing business. Yeah. And also developing the right strategy. When you talk about strategy, I can put it in this way. Can't we just put some fire if you are able to make sense of what I'm talking about so that I know I'm speaking to the right audience? Just put some fire in the chat if you're making sense of what I'm talking about. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so on the strategy, think of this as what we have product. I mean, the products that we have at Forever are premium products. Okay, these are premium products, including the price is premium. So you need to have a strategy in also to find premium customers and also premium people that are going to join the business, you know. So always you need to ask yourself, you can talk to 1,000 people, but if you're talking to the wrong audience, those 1,000 people will not join the business. So you need to develop a right strategy of talking to the right people. You need to know, okay, what problem am I solving? Okay, if I'm solving this kind of problem, let's say I'm solving weight management program, or I'm trying to help a stay-at-home mom to start their part-time business, then you need to ask them, where can I find these people? Okay. Okay. Then after finding out where the people are, then you need to know, are these people where now can I find the specific people that is right for this business? Like that can afford to start the business. Yeah. Then you look on that and then you strategize effectively. Let me give you an example. If you want to help people to lose weight, then all you have to ask yourself, which people needs to lose weight? Let's say people who are very busy, or maybe people usually, and where are these people where can I find these people? If you go, let's say, in the seed market where they just sell bananas, yes, those people usually they need to lose weight, but then they don't have the financial muscle to afford the C9. You find out maybe at the end of the month, the only money they make it's it's half of the amount that is required to buy the C9. And this is someone who has got other responsibilities, family to feed, um, and also take care of other things. So if you go on and prospect though and make those sales C9 to those people, you can have thousands of them and still not to sell. You fail to sell one single C9. So that is why you need to have a proper strategy on finding the right customers and the people that afford the product. Yes. So that's the thing. Okay. So the one last one, the last reason it's focusing only on the recruiting. Here, I'm not saying recruiting is, there's a difference between solving a problem for someone and recruiting. You can bring people into the business and they join, they just join the business, and all you have is that 2cc within that month, and the cc's that that person was supposed to be bringing in the future. The major reason why we're recruiting is to have that long-term results, not short-term. If you recruit someone just like you are selling, like you convince them to start the business, yeah, the business will not grow. Yeah, you can have a huge number of team, but then on the focus of building forever, you find that there is no retention. Yeah, people are not. You have people in your business that are not so active. Yeah, in short, you just push people to join instead of solving problems. I've watched a lot of Jen Leach's teaching on productivity and also recruiting. She usually emphasizes on finding the problem with people. Like you need to communicate with them effectively. Find out the reason why they might need your business. And once you do that, then provide a solution. Provide them, show them on how Forever can fix their problem. Okay, find the problem that they have and then provide a solution. And that requires the three things that we usually talked about. You need to have proper communication skills, and you need to follow up effectively. Because if you have proper communication skills, if the way you talk to them and how you talk to them, they are going to open up and they are going to share with you um, what they are experiencing. You can't just someone can just go on and you meet them today, tomorrow, and they tell you that no, they've been having marriage issues, no, or because they've been divorced or they have other health challenges. They need to trust you, and in order to do that, it will require good follow-up and communication skills. Yeah. And also, people forget the value of the product or services. You know, you forget about the value that the business is going to offer the person. All your mind is on making sure that they join the business. You're forgetting the value. You're not giving people value, and you're focusing on making them join. Yeah. But then that usually turns people away. It's like they get pushed away. You turn prospects off with like that pressure and purpose. They don't see any reason. Yeah. Everyone is just interested in what they can get. But if they're not seeing that, if they're saying that there is nothing in there for them, you're not helping them, they are going to have a difficult trusting you in building the business, because even their why is not going to be strong. Yeah. So that's the thing. We need to focus on providing a solution. The cause is not just to have a huge number of people in our team, but we need to have a huge number of people who are being helped and creating new stories, I would say. People who are saying, I joined the business and it worked for them, not I joined the business and forever doesn't work. Those are the same people that usually destroys the company's image and also our team's image, because you recruited them without finding a problem for that they have and fixing it. Yeah. So their goal is to making sure that you you help them solve their problem. It's what we do in business. Every business solves a problem. Yeah. And we need to treat like one. Yeah. So those are the things that I thought I should share, the many three things. Yeah. Lack of consistency and patience, and also lack of yeah, skills. Yeah, like communication, follow up. Yeah. Then also focusing on the recruiting instead of solving a problem. Yeah. We all have people need to feel to a community. I mean, they need to feel like they belong to a community that values them, and that is solving a problem. Yeah. So, leader, you can just move that to the next slide. Okay. So, one final thing that I can share with you, everyone here, is you need to consider network marketing business, and you need to treat it like one. Most of us came into the business with no prior idea on how to build the business. I can tell you this from my childhood until university, I've never done business, not even a single one. To an extent where I would say, if we, back in university or high school, and your phone is not performing well, you go and sell it and then buy another one. But for me, it's to an extent where, like, even if my phone is almost dying, I'd rather just keep it because I can't sell it. Like that selling mindset, business. Okay, I've had that mindset of doing something that is independent. Like another thing that I made me even join the business is the fact that I don't need anyone to push me to go to wake up and go and report and do that. And also I can do it part time. That's the one thing that made me join the business, but also the lifestyle that comes with it, you know. And so I needed that business mindset to say, not what I'm doing, it's real business. I need to treat it like one. Yeah. And it has to grow like one. Our business in network marketing is supposed to be treated like a baby. It has to go through stages. Yeah. Small, it has to go through stages. Let's say if you have a baby, you can't compare your baby to someone's baby. Yes, therefore the growth steps are going to be the same, but it will not be exactly the same. It has to start first breastfeeding, yeah, then going straight to maybe crawling, then walking, then talking. All those stages needs a different level of attention to the business. And in order for you to making sure that the business grows effectively, you need to go through that. Yeah. And one final thing, I'll say we need to treat this business like farming. You plant seeds. If you want to have many crops, you need to plant a lot of seeds because some seeds will not grow. Yeah, that's the fact. Some seeds will not grow. But then if you've planted a lot, then you find that a lot are going to grow. And you need to walk through all the farming process. You plant the seeds, you share the opportunity. You water it by following up and giving more information. When you see that it's starting growing, you need to provide it support with nutrients and removing weeds. Weeds, I would say, it's that negative mindset that prospect have, and you need to help them remove that because a plant will not remove it on its own to say, okay, where I am, I need to grow. Let me remove these weeds. It's you as a farmer who's supposed to do it. So even prospects do that. And that's what I just thought of sharing with you. I hope this helped someone. Yeah, because for me personally, at the time I was going through this, it helped me. I looked at my business for the past 1 year plus, and I decided, you know what? I think I'm not the only one who's benefiting this, but others too might. Yes, then maybe your business might be doing well, but you might need this because at some point it it comes, you face challenges. Yes, and you might fall back. I don't know if you have anyone who has more questions. Please feel free to ask. Leader, you can unmute people. so that everyone is unable to unmute and speak. We have extra 2 minutes, and